Curious Arts is an amazing charity. It's all about arts and culture and community and celebrating the LGBTQIA+ community through arts and culture.
Curious Arts is based in the Northeast, but working beyond those parameters.
It not only supports artists, but supports a lot of young people in really discovering who they are as people and championing that.
And our three aims, creativity, inclusion and visibility, go into all of the work that we do to help LGBTQIA+ communities and their allies to feel seen and heard.
So Curious Arts came about because in 2016 I was looking around at what was on offer in the Northeast for people from the community that I identify with, which is the LGBTQIA+ community. You know, what was our representation in culture, in venues, in cinemas, in theatres, and there wasn't that much. So I guess it came from acknowledging that there wasn't much going on for a certain community, and then I started researching other areas of the country and what else was on offer. So there was really good examples of festivals and organisations, like one is called Hometopia in Liverpool, and they do an amazing month-long festival in November, and there's been some other activities in Manchester. So it came from, I guess, believing that the Northeast deserved more than it had in terms of cultural representation and community activity. So it was very much a pilot in 2016. It was a 2-day festival. We took over some space at the Baltic Art Gallery in Gateshead and some empty office spaces in Newcastle. And like hundreds of people turned up, so it was really amazing to see the response to it and believe there was a need for it to happen. And now it's gone through this kind of 6-7 year journey of listening to what communities need and really trying to respond to that. So meeting people where they are rather than trying to always drag them into cultural venues. And also like putting things on that is the shape and form and content of what people want. So we listen a lot through community consultations and committees to what people want. And right now our work is many things, from youth groups to touring projects across the country to actually quite a lot of work at the moment is putting on community-led pride events for different towns and cities in the Northeast. Our values are inclusivity, visibility and creativity. I believe they come out in all of our work. So whenever we do something, it is about doing something creatively with communities and artists. So creativity is what charges it and what is an outcome of it.
Like, it begins with creativity in some ways. Like the work that Curious does, they offer craft events or like craft workshops that allow people to engage in a practice of making, whilst also engaging in a space in which they feel able to talk about their experience of being LGBTQIA+.
Whenever we do something, it is about doing something creatively with communities and artists. Creativity is what charges it and what is an outcome of it. In terms of inclusivity, we try and make all of our projects and work as accessible, as poverty-proofed, as free at the point of access as possible, you know, in venues and spaces that are safe and inclusive and accessible. But also who we work with is a real thing for us in terms of we try every time in every project to really represent the beautiful intersectionality of the community, and we just believe that that is very much an important thing, that we are all many things and there's more that connects us than divides us.
Those three values come out especially when I'm storytelling, because I focus mainly on inclusion for the children, and so they understand that everything they are is valid, and I think bringing out that creativity within them so they can really discover who they are. I hadn't come out until over lockdown, so I got to meet so many new people and really express myself, and also teach other people that it's okay to come out and be yourself as well.
In terms of visibility, is turning up, showing up, taking up space, putting on great events and making sure that everyone feels invited. So it's not just for the community themselves, it's for the wider public to come and enjoy, learn more and also take part in queer culture.
So the three key values resonate with me in Curious, but also beyond the realm of Curious. I think those three items are values that I hold in my practice, both as an artist, but also as an educator and facilitator. In particular, the idea of visibility and being able to put like the LGBTQIA+ out there in the world, because very often we don't see people who we identify with. And by offering these opportunities in which Curious is able to travel around and facilitate events and open up spaces for people, we're able to increase visibility, which again increases inclusivity. And I think, of course, like being inclusive is vital.
Washington Arts Centre first got involved with Curious Art through the Bright Lights Youth Arts Festival, which is a sort of week of activity that we do every year. It sort of celebrates young people and their creativity. Working with Curious Arts has been a pleasure so far. Isaac and the whole Curious team have been great. They've brought a lot of enthusiasm and positivity, which is always nice to see, and you can tell the young people were excited to take part. It's been such a great relationship. I think Curious have sort of brought young people into the Arts Centre that we may not have been able to, and the activity that they've got going on is great as well.
I think it's a really loving, welcoming place, and we're here for everybody. Even mini prides, yes, they are mainly for young people, but we really value discussion with older people in those within the family dynamic as well, because it's really important that we grow as a community and work on these discussions. So I think if you ever see a Curious event, just come on down and talk to us, because we're all really, I like to think we're all lovely.
I would say that we are kind of like, we're a very friendly group of people, and Curious Arts is kind of like one of the places I've worked where I feel like everyone is so welcoming and inclusive. So I'd say to just get in touch, and yeah, we're not scary, we're really friendly and nice.
It is nerve-wracking, no matter what age you are, meeting new people or going into a new space, but also you're in the right place, and I think you should come and join us and see what we get up to.
Yeah, if anyone wants to get involved in any way, I would say that we try and be the most warm and welcoming people ever. So pop us an email, or we can arrange a chat or a Zoom or a number that you can text or WhatsApp, so you can just have a chat, ask any questions you want. We try and have really open, accessible call-outs, so we use really everyday language. We try not to use arty-farty language with our opportunities and events. And we just want you to feel invited to get involved, and that you have the permission to kind of get involved and also make our projects and events something that you want to see as well and that you believe in. So please just get in touch and we can be creative together. Is that all right?